everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Monday evening. It's Monday, October 13th. We are shelling corn again today. We finished up north yesterday and we moved down south here today and starting in on some of the second planted stuff in the second round of planting. So we got Hazel riding with us. She just ate a snack a minute ago. She's kind of tired of sleeping. We've been riding in here all day, but we're in about an 85 acre field. We've got 38 acres done, so we're moving along pretty decent here. We didn't get started here till about noon. By the time we got everything around, fueled this thing up, got it moved, and then got the trucks here and everything. So looking like we're probably going to get about 50 acres today, I would imagine. And then we'll probably quit because this is not a great field to be in at nighttime. You can't really see very well. There's sinkholes and some pretty steep hills. So it can be kind of dangerous being out here at night. But we'll go for a little bit here, but the sun's going to set on us pretty fast. Hey, we're back on Tuesday. Starting out this morning, spreading some wheat. So we're here at the main farm and we need to get our wheat sowed for forage. So we'll take this next spring, mow it down and chop it up for silage to feed our cattle. So we need to go ahead and get this seeded. It's the 14th of October, so pretty good timing to get it planted. We got this field, we got about 90 acres here that we need to spread. And then there's like 3 acres in this little patch down here. We got about 70 out on the other side of town, and then if we have enough, we'll do about 40 acres up the road here, and that 40 acres will be used to cut for hay, and we'll make wheat hay out of that. So I'm trying to get the spreader truck set right now. So with this thing, you got to kind of there's different variables that you can use to set this thing up. There's a gate on the back that you can use to control the flow. There's a spreader constant, which is a drop rate. We can change that number, and then we can also change our rate on our screen here. So there's different variables we can use. So I'm using the scale there at the bin site to weigh this and weigh how much I'm putting on. For like a minute ago, I just did like 7 acres and I put on 1,500 pounds, which came out to being like 214 pounds to the acre, which is pretty close to what we're shooting for. So I did bump the rate up just a little bit on top of that. Sorry, I'm getting turned around here, but so I did bump it up a little bit. I'm gonna do a few more acres, go back to the scale, weigh it, see how much we took off, and then we'll know exactly what our rate is going down here on the field. What's up, guys? Cody here, combining beans once again. I ain't videoed in a second, actually, or videoed my last like 10 something fields probably, but we're done up north of town. Got everything done up there and yesterday, and then I got moved back here to the valley here in front of the farm. I cut that there and then that behind me and that up by the tree yesterday, and a little bit down here in the bottom. But we just got out of school here. It's about 12 something o'clock, and we're fueling up. We got to put some DEF in it per usual, and then greased a couple of the, or Papaw greased a couple of the fittings there before I got here to help me get going a little earlier. But yeah, sun's out. Should run pretty good today, hopefully. You never know with this freaking high maintenance woman here. But yeah, so fueling up. They're calling for some rain maybe Saturday, so hoping I can get all this done around the farm here done and get moved down south. The beans feel, I'll do a little feel test here. Pretty crunchy on this 4-potter here. A lot of 4-potters around here, luckily. Trying to get it open. Combine does a lot better job at it than me. But yeah, 4 pretty good beans. Didn't come out of the pod, I mean, out of the shelling too well, but it's not too bad. Okay, we've made it down to the cornfield now, so we're shelling away, getting close on this one. We've got about probably 10 more acres here, 10 or 15, and then we'll move out to the next field, get it knocked out. All right, that should be it for this one. Got it all knocked out, so there's another piece that goes with this one out along the road, so we'll go grab that. All right, we're in this little 10 acres here along the highway. That's State Highway 135 there. We had to kind of come across it there. Have to put the head on the other side of the road to get over here, but we got her on, got over here. It's basically on our last pass here. We might have one little row we don't catch here, but wasn't the greatest, but it actually made better than I expected it to. This one got planted a little bit too wet, and so I think that kind of hurt it a little bit, especially when it dried out later in the summer. But overall, it made better than I expected it to, so can't complain. We're gonna move right up the highway, probably about a mile, and get started in a 55 or 60 acre field. All right, we got a pretty decent load there on the grain cart. Finished up, just shut it down. We gotta get our top folded down so we can get out there, not hit any lines. Got the truck parked on a little side road over there where we can load it up, so probably gonna have to go and get the head trailer and bring it over here. Probably gonna be the easiest thing to do. I ended up having him just bring the trailer over here. I think we can get out here, hope so at least. Folding down here, and we'll just head south, just probably about a mile. Okay, well, I have created a little bit of a problem here. I was backing up because I was full. It was running over and dropped down in this hole, which kind of knew was here, but I didn't really know because kind of straddled it, and it dropped down in this hole and caught the end of the header there, and now it ripped my wires out, and it kind of bent up underneath there. So I'm going to try to get it picked back up here. We got it unhooked, which was the main part, but now I got to get it hooked back up and try to get it picked up and see if it's going to work. Okay, well, I got it picked up now. I mean, it's okay. The only concern I have is up underneath here where that latch comes on it. It looked like it was a little bit bent underneath there, so I don't know if it's exactly sitting on there right, but I think the main problem is that it pulled out the wires. But I'm gonna jump underneath here, make sure it didn't hurt anything on this end. I don't think it did. I think it was just dragging up part of the like this end part here, like the leg that it sits down on. So I think we're okay here. It's next morning and we got a tile delivery coming in, so we got our tile plot going, so we figured we ought to get some pipe in here, so we got it here and get it unloaded. All right, we got it rolled off of here. We got, I think we got a roll of 6-inch, and then the rest is 4-inch here, so. Oh my, hazelnut just knocked over the boxes of tape. And we've got all kinds of fittings and couplers and stuff back here in the back, so we'll go get this stuff unloaded sometime, and we need to get to the field here pretty soon. Okay, well, we have a little change of plans here. We're gonna go ahead and get into the beans and work on the corn head later. Well, I haven't checked in for a little bit, but we're rolling along good here. We're in a 130 acre field. Got our barn down there the other way. You can see it down the white barn down there. Parking the trucks down there. This is kind of like a big hill. It starts lower down there at the barn. It works its way up, and then it starts going down as we get on this side. So it's a big slope. I've gotten kind of squared up there on the front, and then I came back here to the back and ran up this hill, and now I've made it almost to the peak of the hill, and which is what I wanted for whenever it starts getting tough here very shortly, because I'll get the most breeze continuing in the evening here on the top of this hill. So, and then first thing in the morning when I'm ready to start, I'll be able to start up here on this hill where there'll be the most breeze and it'll be the driest. So just something I was trying to do, and I wanted to get the back here finished up while I definitely had a grain cart driver, because Trevor's over there in the grain cart for me. He's coming back this way. I wanted to get this back area done because it's quite a ways to get all the way up to the front there where the trucks are, because it is a 130 acre field. So we're rolling on pretty good here. The beans are doing pretty decent, maybe a little bit less than what I expected them to, but I think once we get down into some of this ground towards the front, I think it's going to pull the average up a little bit. And for how dry we were really in August, these beans are doing fairly well. These were planted, some of the earliest ones actually, April like 20th. If you remember back, I planted these with the air drill. We spent a few days down here fixing all the sinkholes, ditches and stuff. So got planted pretty early. These are a 4-1 variety, so they did run out of moisture there while they were trying to finish up. The beans are a little bit small, but you just never know about that August rainfall or even the late July rainfall, because our 3.6s, 3.7s, 3.8s did very well because they finished up there at the end of July, early August, where we still had a little bit of rain coming in. Was able to fill those pods out, but these 4-1s just lagged a little bit behind there. If we would have had rain maybe a week later, these would have finished out really nice, but then 3.8s and below, they may not have finished out as well if we would have missed rain. So we try not to put all our eggs in one basket with these beans and try to spread out our maturities a little bit. That way we can benefit from rainfall at any stage throughout the summer. So unload on the go here. It is nice having the grain cart because I don't have to stop. I'm actually being really productive here. I've got about 60 acres done. We started about 2 o'clock after we got done kind of messing around with that corn head a little bit. We didn't get it fixed, but we did look at it, and we ended up, Dad ended up taking it home, and so I already had the bean head pulled down here, so I just went ahead and got started on these. So the sun is starting to go down, and we're just kind of left with some light behind the trees there, so it'll be getting tough here soon. Cody said it's been getting tough pretty quick, about basically as soon as it gets dark, because he's been cutting beans every day. But so we'll just kind of have to watch our loss and watch our grain sample and see kind of when it starts getting tough. We'll also probably have to slow down a little bit. I'm running about 4.2 right now on the hilltops. Down in the lower areas where the beans are better, I have to slow down a little bit. But yeah, we'll be quitting here pretty soon. I can already feel it coming a little bit. Okay, so I thought I'd show you something interesting I'm coming across. Very interesting. So this is the north side of the field, working our way. So this is like the bad part. Actually, everything down to like here is pretty rough. Everything down here gets a little bit better. But I'm noticing this strip. So like we're all orange here, all kind of yellow, but right here we pick up to green, more yellow, and this is a ridge right here, this dark red, and then this is a big low spot right here. But we have significantly picked up yield here. It's almost like this line here. And so I'm wondering if something is not going on. So I may be completely wrong here and just making stuff up, but I'm pretty sure, well, we came back in, and I know that we came back in later, or Dad did, and sprayed some Johnson grass we had coming out here, and some weeds. And I'm pretty sure I remember him telling me that on maybe one tank load or something that he put in fungicide, and on the others he didn't. And I'm wondering if we're not into the strip where he put the fungicide into the tank. Now I don't have the data on my phone yet because I haven't taken a USB stick and taken the data off of the sprayers, but I need to do that and pull that up because he should have it in his documentation there, and it should show me on my phone a map of where the fungicide is and where it is not. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what this is. I could be completely wrong and just making stuff up, and it could just be a better part of the field or something, which doesn't make any sense because it's the top of the ridge. Like, it's actually probably the worst part, but just thought that was something interesting out here looking at the yields. I keep wanting to go up a little bit, and we got up to this strip, and it really jumped, probably 10 bushel, I would say. A solid 10 bushel, probably more in some places. But that just really stuck out to me. It doesn't stick out as much on that map as it does to me just sitting here watching the yield monitor, because I've been watching it kind of the whole time, and it has really made a difference. So I'm hoping that that's what it is, because that's something that we can do in the future, make a change and start doing more fungicide to increase the yields, you know, so maybe we can combat some of that dry weather during the grain fill period. So I'm hoping that that's what it is, and there was actually potential that we could get a better yield off of this. So it's always nice whenever, you know, something that you're doing is working, and something we can do more of. Okay, I got Trevor 10,000. I think he only needed about 5 to finish the truck. So we're gonna finish this truck. It'll be sitting there. Bob can come grab that in the morning, switch it out for us, and then we'll be ready to run again. I'm gonna try to get down here pretty early, and that way I can kind of wait and be here when it's ready. I don't have anything I know of going on in the morning until something comes up. But we got about 77 acres done in this field. There's 130 here, so we should be able to get this knocked out tomorrow in decent time. And I don't know if there's anywhere else we can go. I'll have to check on that, but this is definitely good progress for today. And I'm just gonna go ahead and quit. It's running okay. I had to slow down a little bit, but I'm getting into an area up here on top of this hill where there's a lot of holes and rocks and stuff, and just don't want to get into any of that tonight. So I'm just gonna call it good for today before we tear something up and get started again tomorrow. Okay, we are getting close to being done. Just unloaded on the grain cart. Bob just got here with another truck, so he's gonna finish filling that one. I got it up here on the other end. It's almost full, and then he's got the other truck, so we'll probably get like maybe one hopper on that one, and then we are gonna go and check on the next field. All right, that's all for this field. Bob's making his way back. He's gonna meet me here with the grain cart, get unloaded, and we're gonna go check out the other field. I went and checked it this morning, but it was still a little dewy, so I couldn't really tell if they were gonna shell out of the pods or not. So we'll take the truck and the semi and go down there, and if it's good, we'll drop the semi there, come back, get the combine. If not, then we'll just head up and make a new game plan.
What's up, guys? Cody here. I didn't get
back yesterday on here, but we did end up getting that done up north of town, or kind of around the farm there. And I got another like 20 acre patch done. And then we just, I'm on my last row here on this. It's like 35 something acres down here. It's not too bad of a little field. They're making pretty good. Dad's leaving in a truck. He had to, I just had literally this pass left. And everything was full, so just enough to be a hassle, but yeah. We're gonna get this done and then we'll be heading south, finally. Definitely glad to be done up here. There's a lot of beans up here this year, so definitely gonna be good to get down south and get moving. But yeah, I'm calling for some rain Saturday or Sunday. The weather people, the geniuses, say it's gonna get pretty rowdy, so it's either not gonna rain or it's gonna be like a freaking hurricane or something. I don't really trust them too much anymore. I mean, I do, it's the only person to rely on, but they just don't do very good. But Brad actually switched to beans as well. I was shocked to hear that, but he did. I don't know what, I guess he was just trying to help before this rain. So he's way down south, down by the river, doing that, the river bottom stuff. And we might meet in Laconia somewhere, I guess, if he doesn't switch back to corn here soon. But yeah, get this done and get moved down south. Well, I'm sorry I haven't been filling you in very well, but we've gotten moved to the next field. We got the little 10 acres done up top, and we're down in the river bottom now. So a little bit weedy, as you can see. We had some leads slip through, but I was kind of getting concerned here for a second because we had some like big beans coming in and they were wet. But I think I got there's quite a bit of leaves on some of the ones around the edge, so I think that's what that's coming from. Because I was kind of getting concerned there that we weren't going to be able to do this, but just got moved down here. Just got a little bit cut, and so I think once we get out in the middle, they're going to be pretty dry. All right, we are rolling down here, and we have some excellent beans down here. Way over my expectations. These are my favorite variety. This is a Bex 4150, at 4.1 maturity. These were planted on June 12th. So we were kind of under the impression that our later beans probably weren't going to do very good. The ones we got planted late, just because we were so wet, we were kind of thinking they weren't going to do any good. But so that's why my expectations were pretty low. But this is like far exceeding them by like 20 bushel on soybeans. These are good beans. We worked this river bottom before we planted it. We used the soil finisher and worked it up real nice. Cody came down here and planted it after it dried out, and there's a good stand here. The beans are nice and tall, and they were able to hold on in August and wait for that late August rain to fill out the pods. And these are some big beans. My sample's not the greatest, but it actually is a little bit better than what it has been in the other field. And I've been doing some passes around the outside, so that doesn't help. But these are good big beans. Moisture is running about 11.5 right now. In some places they were getting up to like 15. Some places where they had leaves on them still. But this is going to be a fun day tomorrow. We're not going to last too long down here. We don't have much wind since we're down in this river bottom. So we won't last much longer than probably another hour, I would say. It's about 6:30 right now. So we'll keep rolling till then and get a good start tomorrow. Okay, we just got the combine shut down and we're gonna call it a night. Got the grain cart as full as we could, getting it over the hill, so couldn't put any more in it, and then we're out of trucks for tonight. Hey guys, Cody here. We got moved down south. We got I think like 20 something acres done in this field. It's about 100 altogether. Got some all around the road here, but got started on this at least. I just got done with this part that I was gonna do tonight. It got pretty tough, and I was unloading. I mean, the truck's full, and then I'm like almost empty, and this sucker goes like boom, and you can see some hanging down here, and this little guy right here. I ain't even opened the shield up yet, but I think we can see what the problem is here. Oh yeah, nice. That's lovely. Freaking junk. Green junk, maybe. Yeah, we got a clean brake air. That's awesome. That is just magnificent. I love this thing so much. Yeah, so I might be able to splice it back together. We'll see. But yeah, that's how the night's going. It was going good until this stupid thing. Yeah, you gotta love John Deere combines. They're great till they're not. I don't even know if they're great anymore. But yeah, that's how the night's going. We'll get this blowed off, get this figured out here, and then head home and start again tomorrow. Well, we're gonna head back across the river now. So we're over here at a friend of ours across the river here in Kentucky. He invited me to come over and check out those tillage tools. Ag Revolution has them out here, demoing them. The one was the Amazon CS, which that's the one with the chisel plow shanks. It's an all-in-one tool. And then the other one was the Amazon Catros, which is like a high-speed disc tool. So both doing a really good job, and I thank Jeff for letting me come over and check them out. Okay, going back across the bridge. Our field that we are combining is like right over there, right there somewhere. But so we're gonna head down here, get the combine fueled up, and get started. Hey guys, it's I guess it's Friday today. We're heading out of the farm now. Colton's here in front of me. Dad's behind me here. Colton's heading to cover crop with the stout fruit and the cedar there. And I am heading down south to my combine. Oh, looks like we got a visitor trying to get in here. We'll let him come down. Who could it be? Napa guy. Getting more parts per usual. But yeah, Colton's heading that way. I'm heading this way. Dad's behind me. He's coming down to help me fix this chain that I broke yesterday. So we'll get it fixed. There's still some dew on the ground, so by the time we get it fixed, we should be good to go. Hopefully, we'll see. All right, well, we've made it over to our field here. Cutting. I had to do a little bit of work on the draper. That center belt down here, it's held together with like some little clamps and bolts, and so I had to put a couple new ones of those on there. A couple of them ripped off, so I had to do that before the whole center belt came apart. So we're over here on the side that is making better. This side is always does better than that side over there. So I'm getting these out of here real quick. These are making really nice. And he'll have to go ahead and get this up over the hill. Can't take full grain carts up over the hill because it is just a little bit slick. It's not muddy, but it is a little slick, especially because of the path that the grain cart has to go up is all shaded in, so it doesn't really dry out very good. But so he'll take that up there and put it on the truck, and we'll just keep rolling. Okay, we're getting close. Probably our last unload on the go here. Just got a little piece up here to finish, and then some over that way on that side of the field. And then that'll be it for this river bottom down here, and we'll get moved up to the next field where Cody's at. Alright guys, we got some freaking pizza and some sweet tea. Dad brought it to us. Say hi. He's not too thrilled. Odie brought us some pizza too. But yeah, that's when we're down south here of the farm. There's the general store that carries the pizza, so I have a nice lunch. It looks like Oki's getting lunch out there. She's getting a couple bones. Oki loves her dog bones. But yeah, we got this thing fixed. I cut about 10 acres behind me, and I got started on this in front of me here. So yeah, Dad's gonna move his truck over here, and then we got this across the road there, and then that over there to cut. But hopefully we can get her done today. That's like, I don't know how much that is, but there's another 90 acres back behind that. So we'll see if we can't get her done. We've made it to the next field, getting it opened up. Cody is running at a different field right over there. If you can kind of see that white, that's his truck right there. His hopper bottoms are sitting there. He's kind of back towards the back over there right now, but I've got a lap around half of this field. This field is split into two pieces. Driveway cuts through the middle. There's about 82 acres here, I think, but everything didn't get planted. This is a wet one in places, so I had to wait a couple minutes here for the truck, but he just pulled up, so dumping on it. Grain cart should be here soon. He's just in transit on the way here, so we should be rolling along pretty good. Okay, we're rolling along pretty good here. Hazel's riding along. She actually just ate some dinner there a minute ago. These beans are doing pretty well for how late they were planted. I believe these are planted on June 4th. These are a 4-1, same variety that we came from, Beck's 4150. Doing pretty good for being late planted. Moisture's good, and stand is decent for, it was planted too wet, but the stand actually turned out pretty good for how wet it was. So it's doing pretty well. We do have a little bit of this fall grass coming in underneath of the beans, so I'm just keeping my header tipped back a little bit. That way I kind of can stay out of that stuff. because it will cause me a lot of trouble, and it kind of slows me down a little bit. So okay, so the grass did cause me a little bit of a problem underneath the draper belt there. The grass got built up in between the belts, so it's one continuous belt that goes all the way around. So there's a gap in between there, and somehow some grass got in between there and started building up, and then under the bottom it got pressure on it and it wasn't wanting to turn. I've had it happen before on this side, not on that side, so we got it fixed. It wasn't a big deal. I just take the tension off the belt and almost run in the tile inlet that's not even in the spot where it's supposed to be. The tile inlet is supposed to be like over there. I don't know. But anyways, so we got it fixed. We just pulled the grass out after we took the tension off the belt. Getting the combines ready here this morning. I already got mine fueling up Cody's right now, blowing out air filters, give us a little extra power. Checking oils, and we should be good to go after that.
Hey guys, Cody here, Saturday-ish morning, and there's Brad, and we're heading to combine some beans. We're across the road there. We got everything fueled up. Brad brought the fuel caddy and his truck's over there. Won't even wave at us. How rude. But we're gonna get going here. We got about 60 something acres maybe. I don't know for sure how much is over there actually. But we'll get to cutting. Hopefully we can get this done. It's gonna rain this evening, so we'll try to get this done before the rain. We'll see. Okay, we're ready to go. Cody's over there standing and videoing me. Yeah, okay. Had to fix one guard, and we're all good to go. Head over there to that side of the field. Okay, we're rolling. This is one of those later planted fields that was planted too wet, but we didn't have much choice. It's okay up here towards the front. This is a little drier area. Towards the back, it gets pretty wet, and those beans there's not a lot there. So we'll get these good beans here, and then we'll make our way back there, pick up what we can, and move on to the next field. Okay, we made it to the next field, and the back part, it's low, it got flooded, and the beans are covered with mud. Cody's cutting back there now. You can see it is crazy dusty, and the beans are dusty, and it's a mess. You see this is all like dirt dust from the bottom down there. Okay, that's gonna be it on this field. Cody's taking the last pass there. We got all the trucks full. We got one more on the way. He's gonna have to get the rest of it because the grain cart was full. So I think we'll have enough room to put it on the grain cart so we can get our combines moved and get everything moved up to the barn. We got rain coming tonight. Looks like some storms possibly. So we'll get everything put up in the shed. It's just right up the road. Okay, we just got our combines boiled off. They're not as good as they normally are. That's for sure. That dirt dust really sticks. Unlike the soybean dust, you can blow it right off, but the dust from that actual dirt was nasty. So they're better, but not great. So we're gonna get them up here to the barn and get them inside. Hey guys, Cody here. We are down south. Everything is inside. Right now it's rained. We got everything in last night. But yeah, I am down here servicing my combine. My combine's way dirtier than Brad's, as you can tell. Little grain carts in here. But yeah, both combines are put up and dry, luckily. I'm draining the oil out of my combine at the moment. I just changed the filter, but slowly but surely she's coming out. And yeah, we gotta carry all these stupid jugs up here and fill it up, but I'll fill this up and head back to the farm. I needed to get this serviced. It's about, not really over the service interval, but I wanted to make sure and get it serviced. But yeah, we'll get all the oil put back in this thing, and then I'm gonna get all the trash out of my cab, my pizza box off the steps, and then we'll call it a day down here and head back to the farm. It's about 3:30 right now, I think. It's Sunday, a very rainy, wet Sunday. It rained all night. And about 400 acres of beans to go, and then we'll be done with beans. So I'm sure this combine's ready for it, and ready for a wash, sadly. It's gonna be real fun to wash, but it's part of it. So we'll get this oil back in here, and hopefully this is enough. I don't know if this is enough or not. I'll have to look up and see how much it holds, but we'll see.